I had to put my phone down this week because I kept comparing myself to people that I don't even want to be. I think for me, being an agency owner, the posts that are the most triggering are the ones that are like, oh my God, I made 1 million this month and I have no employees, all with AI tools, which I believe is true in this AI world, don't get me wrong. But when I see that type of content, I like black out of what I've gone through in the past 4 years. Not only that, I forget about my decade of experience prior. I forget everything that I built, and I honestly feel so behind. Knowing that sometimes numbers are highlights, we don't see the full picture behind those numbers. I don't know how they got there, right? Last weekend, I literally went into Claude and said with everything you know about my agency and myself at this point, side note, but as a small agency, you have to work with AI. If not, you're gonna go bankrupt. I had a very pathetic moment where I asked Claude, I just close this shit down and do something else. The response, honestly, as sad as it is, because I'm literally asking that to AI, but the response is actually what I needed to hear and actually made me quite emotional, not gonna lie. I cannot compare myself to others' success because my story is different. I cannot compare myself to someone's highlight because that's the highlight. That's not the process. And I think that's why I try to really document the journey, because we often glamorize entrepreneurship. What you see online oftentimes is the end result. The reel where I cry was like, oh my God, this is so cringe. But I got so many kind messages from it, because if you're an entrepreneur, everyone felt that way at a point in time. I've talked a lot about my partner's buyout. Now I realize I was obviously coming from a place of hurt back then, because I think I thought that I was a failure because that had happened. Now, today, I know that was a blessing, because right now I'm able to build exactly what I've meant to build from the very beginning. And yeah, when I had my weak moment asking Claude what I should do, this is what really helped. But surviving almost a year of back and forth with lawyers for the first time, that killed me emotionally, because it was the first time, and at the end of the day, money is transactional, and I am someone who tends to believe the good in people. But anyways, I learned the hard way then. But a lot of people would have quit at that time because it is so emotionally taxing. And then the second year after that, I had to pay out the buyout, which was so stressful financially. And again, I think a lot of people would have opted out and said, you know what, it's not worth it. So for me to have survived that, so anywho, all this little story to say that if you find yourself comparing to people's highlight reel, remember that you're not behind your journey. You might be behind their highlight reel, but you're not behind your journey. Everyone's timeline is their own. So put the phone down and go build your thing.